Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Singer, blueandgold.com recruiting insider, joined by our football analyst, of course, Mike Goolsby, former Irish captain and linebacker in the early 2000s. Breaking down a new commitment today. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, like this video, and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell to get notifications every time we post a video or go live. And, of course, if you're listening via podcast, please give us a 5-star review. Commit today, we're talking about Atlanta, Georgia, Pace Academy wide receiver Jayden Thomas, 6'2", 205 pounds, 4-star prospect, ranked as the number 194th player nationally, number 36 receiver, and number 20 player in the state of Georgia. His final 5 schools list came down to Arkansas, Georgia, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Penn State, and the Fighting Irish were victorious in this recruitment. Mike, I've been to Pace Academy to interview Jayden Thomas and watch a couple practices, and it feels like you're walking into Hogwarts, like that school. It is just a beautiful school, high academic place. Thomas is going to be a tremendous fit off the field. I think he's going to be a really good fit on the field, but off the field, even better. And I mean that as a huge compliment. But we're not here to talk about him in the classroom. We're here to talk about him on the football field. Mike, what do you see on Jayden Thomas's junior film?
He's a big, strong kid. That's the biggest thing, that he almost carries the ball like a running back. He has great body lean, which helps him break a lot of tackles. But yeah, he just seems like a big, stout, thick kid. I love to see these kids in person the way you get the opportunity to do so. You got a Zoom call, next time you're around these kids. I'd love to see him in person to see if he's built like he looks like. He looks like a thicker kid, like an Anquan Bolden almost type player. Breaks a lot of tackles. You do see him run quite a few routes in the route tree where it's not just that high school highlight tape deep ball all the time, which is really encouraging to see. And also like that body lean that I'm discussing, Mike, that helps him with some of those routes. Like he's down, it helps him to get in and out of cuts. So he's worked on that, and you could tell. But my big takeaway from him was how physical he is on film. And my comp for him, ex-teammate of mine who had carved out a nice NFL career for himself, I think he played for like 6 years, was Maurice Stovall. So this is in that Charlie Weiss, Brady Quinn era. Maurice was 6'5", probably like 220, so considerably bigger. I mean, had a couple 2-3 inches on him, but the physicality, and you could see it in the run blocking, all of that's encouraging, watching a high school junior on tape.
My amateur take on Thomas is that he just is a versatile kid, and that you see him on tape. He's that Wildcat quarterback. He can take the hitch. He's got take that hitch and go the distance. He's got good jump ball skills. And I don't know how much of this is on his junior film, Mike, but he's a good DB too. Like he is a physical, rangy safety. So it's like I don't know if he's a number 1 receiver at the college level, but I think there is a lot of value in being a damn good number 2. And if receiver doesn't work out, he's going to find a home somewhere. If that's at safety or nickel or, you mentioned his physicality. If he bulks up and maybe becomes like a rover or something or a strong safety, I just think there's a ton of different things you could do with him. Highly athletic kid. Yeah. He's going to play baseball at Notre Dame. I just love this kid for Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's one of those this is probably the 10th kind of multiple type kid that we've discussed on these breakdowns, which isn't a bad thing. I don't get the sense that fans get juiced about that. Oh, he could play this position. He could play that position. Like I know fans are looking.
They're like,
I'm sorry.
It's like the opposite. They're kind of like, oh, we're getting all these tweener kids, but no, it's versatility. It's a good thing.
That's how you and I may see it, but I'm saying fandom in general.
Right.
I would presume that folks are looking for that. Just give me that stud Julio Jones receiver that everybody wants, right? Yeah, he could potentially play safety, but I think he's got the chops to play receiver. And he's one of those guys on film, because he's such a long strider in the way that he runs. He doesn't look as fast as he is on film. So but you can watch the tape. I mean, I think he's a kick return or was a punt return. I want to say it was a kick return. He catches it on the one hash and he brings it all the way across the other side of the field, and breaks out. And if you're not fast, you can't do that.
Right.
So I don't know what his time speed is, but it's like, and then I was watching Cam Newton week 1 of the NFL season. Like, Cam Newton almost looks slow on film, but like he's getting around the edge. Like, it's just the way that he runs. It makes him look a little bit slower than he is. He doesn't have that same turnover. So just for fans that may go jump on and watch his highlight tape, he's faster than you think he is. But I do think he could find a home at receiver. I really do. You need those as much as like as prevalent as like that bubble screen game is in college football. It's essentially an extension of the running game. Everybody knows that. But a kid like that's not afraid to stiff arm, whatever, he can pick you up 6-7 yards. So, and not a position that like traditionally, like he's got shows some toughness, and the toughness and wide receiver aren't often used in the same sentence with one another. But he's a tough kid, better athlete than you think. I do think he'd find a home at receiver. But yeah, he does show up on film as a safety. He's not a corner; he's a safety, if anything.